Well, welcome back, everybody. We're going to be doing another NES review today. We're taking a look at a game that, I tried putting up before. It didn't turn out as I had expected. We're going to be taking a look at Punch-Out for the NES. That's right, guys, Punch-Out. Uh, it's a classic. It really is. They did a remake of it for the Wii. Basically, it's just what it sounds like. It's a fighting game, boxing game starring Little Mac, a little tiny, skinny kid, kind of like me, who goes around beating up really big opponents that are bigger than him, and just has a good time with it. So let's go ahead and do Punch Out. All right. I mean, Little Mac is like the Chuck Norris, guys, of Nintendo. No one can stop him. He's unstoppable. So let's go ahead and do this. The game was out in 1987, and yeah, pretty much a classic. Let's see what they have in store for us here. And his trainer, Doc Lewis. And this game, I think, has some of the best villains out of all of the NES games. Just some really weird guys, but really wacky guys, but they still have that kind of scary, mean, stern look to them that makes them really scary. Like this guy, I think this is like Bald Bill or something, and but at the same time, they're still a cartoon. They're really not that serious. They're just cartoonish. So let's go ahead and do this here. All right, the first guy we got, Glass Joe. All right, he hasn't fought. I don't think this guy hasn't fought since, I don't know, like 20 years or something. We know he's rusty. Yeah, you're gonna blow him out of the water, Little Mac. All right. Yeah, they got Mario there for a referee. Tell you, you don't get any more fairer than Mario. Mario has lived through it all. I mean, the guy has fought Bowser. He saves the princess numerous times because she's always getting in trouble. Dang, princess is always getting in trouble. It's like, what the heck? Can't you, like, hire a bodyguard or something to protect yourself, man? Jeez. So, Mario's always been at her rescue. He's always saving Luigi. So, he's a good ref. He's going to be fair. Alright, getting back to Punch-Out, though. Really didn't know how to introduce this game. I know it's kind of not one of my better intros, but, what else I have to kind of keep it down here, because people are trying to sleep. But what else can you really say about this game? It's a classic. And really no easy way to introduce it other than just by saying that it is a pure classic. If you played NES a lot years ago, you would definitely remember this game. So definitely for hardcore gamers, it was a classic. I'm not sure if everybody really remembers it, but it's certainly people know about the game now, especially after hearing about Punch-Out for the Wii, which was released a few years ago, which is supposed to be like like a motion. The Wii's all about motion and stuff, and it was more of a motion type based game, which you actually use the controllers to punch people. So a lot of people remember it from the Wii. But yeah, this has been out, like I say, for years, for like 20 years, 24 years. So yeah, 87, 24 years. So it's kind of a classic that I'm not sure everyone has heard of, but really is a great game, great boxing game. And the opponents, it is kind of a strategy game in a sense, because you have to figure out how to beat these guys. I mean, it's not just a button masher game. If that's what you expect here, you're not going to find it. Look somewhere else, because this is not a button masher game. You have to actually come out with some strategy. You have to know exactly where to hit, where to attack, how to attack. I'm using uppercuts. I'm using jabs at the stomach. You have to know when to block in certain cases. I'll get to that later. Some enemies require you to block and then punch. So just in general, there are a lot of different strategies you have to utilize if you're going to eventually beat the game. Now, I know right now, you're just watching me punch a bunch of times, beat up this poor sap a bunch of times, but As the game progresses, though, it requires a ton more strategy. Trust me on this one, guys. Absolutely. Watch any of the other YouTube videos. I'll put some other links to the other videos below, but or in the probably just in the annotations. I'll put other links, but okay. So next guy is from Germany or whatever. I hate reading that stuff in the when they introduce them. I hate reading that stuff because it really doesn't matter. I mean, yeah, the guy's from Germany, so who cares? You know, they give information like the guy's weight. Who cares how much he weighs? You know, all I care. They're all like 5 times bigger than I am, so it's not like, you know, if you're expecting someone to weigh like 100 pounds like Little Mac, you're not gonna find it. And why do I care about his height? I care less. So whatever. I believe A is the jab to the stomach. B, which is the upper one. I know it's a PS3 controller, but on the original NES controller, B was originally an uppercut, and the up arrow on the D-pad was to block. So those were your controls. You know, pretty simple. You know, nothing really complicated. I like simplicity in the controls because anyone can pick up the controller and start playing the game. So that scores big points with me. So already right off the bat, you got to figure the controls are pretty easy to use and maneuver. The graphics for the time are probably a little bit better than average. Probably give it probably about a B plus. I'd probably, you know, upon grading the graphics, probably give it a B plus. And in terms of replay value, I would say moderately high. Again, because when you do get beat on here, when you do get defeated, like I have been several times, you're gonna want to keep coming back and figuring out how to beat them again, guys. All right, no one watching. That's good. I hate being watched when I do these reviews. But yeah, that's basically it. You notice there's a little star above their head whenever they're hit. That doesn't mean that they're divine or they've been getting God-given powers or something like that. That just means that they've been stunned. And yeah, they're not a star by any means. None of these guys are stars. These are all a bunch of sorry saps. But yeah, you definitely want to stun them early on. That definitely helps, guys. Oh yeah, knock out that guy. Von Kacher or whatever his name is. Again, I really don't care what their names are. That doesn't really have any knockout. Yeah. That doesn't. It doesn't have any impact on me. I really don't care what their names are. You know, you could call him Shyster for all I care. I could care less. Okay, let's continue on here. I know I knocked him out. Let's go. There we go. And Mac goes into his little celebration dance, and we're on our way. Great fighting. He'll be ranked up to #1. Are you ready for the challenge? Are you ready for the challenge, guys? Gee, I don't know. Title bout. Oh, man. Who are we fighting? Piston Honda. 26-1, 18 knockouts. From Tokyo, Japan. Again, age 28, weight 174 pounds. I really don't care about that, but you can tell just by looking at him how big he is, so what's the difference? But whatever. Nintendo likes to inform you. I think it's time that I give a rating for this game. I'm not going to play through every boss. You guys can do that. I don't want to really spoil anything for you. That's why I don't go into much depth in terms of gameplay. That's why I like to talk to you guys more. But I think overall, keep blocking, keep blocking, keep blocking. I think overall, guys, we're looking at a solid 4.0 out of 5. And on my scale, that points to great. Great game. Leave comments below, please, if you agree or if you disagree. I'd like to know. It's a classic, and classics usually get good ratings. Not always, but usually for me. So I'm going to go ahead and give it a 4 out of 5. Like I said, replay value moderately high, graphics are pretty good. Controls are really easy to use, and it's a classic. Pretty much any game, a game's good if they've made other games after it, like sequels on different systems, on different ports, like the Wii. Like I said, this game's been ported to the Wii, and doesn't automatically make it good, but it certainly likes to. Nintendo was definitely wanting to bring back the oldies that were good, that made them profits earlier. So that's definitely a hint that the game must have done pretty well earlier on in the Japanese and North American markets if they wanted to bring it back and revive it. So yeah, I'm gonna put the controller down and basically say that I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5 for overall great gameplay and great game. You guys should look into it and look into the one for. I'll put the link up for the Nintendo Wii version, because that one's a lot of fun too. I don't have it. I've seen it. I've tried it out. It's a lot of fun. Trust me. One of the better Wii games, I would say. Certainly one of the best fighting games for the Wii. And so yeah, that's about all. I'm gonna keep putting more Driver 2 videos up. Mostly video responses. Not a whole lot of views on those, but mostly because they're outdated. They're PlayStation 1 games. No one really pays attention to PS1. But I like it. I think it's cool. I got a lot of cool police chases on there. I'm still kind of fidgeting around with my capture card, trying to get a solid, steady frame rate. For whatever reason, the frame rate isn't. It's just always jumping around. Sometimes 1 minute it'll be at 25 frames per second. Next minute it'll be at 33. So, and the video looks kind of shaky. So that's what I have to work on, and eventually I'll get that to maintain a steady frame rate, because it's kind of been a weird issue I've been running into lately. So I'll try to maintain that and hopefully put up some more PS3 videos with a steady frame rate quality to them. So I'm going to talk to you later, guys. Probably put up a couple more NES reviews, probably 1 or 2 N64 reviews, and yeah, talk to you later. Thanks for watching.